Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. Day 12, a little leisure. This is Diane's favorite. We're going to see a little history. That's the Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum. So this is fun for Diane. And somebody hold my hand so I don't jam the crochet needle in my eye.
It's like I got a teenager. All right then, on the count of three, dump the tea into the sea. 1, 2, 3, as they sink forever. Don't look, there's
Okay, we have left the Boston area and we're somewhere in New Hampshire. And this is a 96 850. Resembles the Deliverer. It's supposed to have some kind of electrical draw that we're going to try to figure out what's going on and see if we can get that fixed. The rust up here is brutal, but you guys are not going to believe what I just seen. Besides the battery hold down, look at that transmission line being held on by rust. No clip or nothing. We started the car and within a minute the cooling fan cut on, so the car is telling the computer that it's hot, or the fan relay stuck, one or the other. Air conditioning system off. The temperature on my scan gauge says that it's still cold. The battery was dead, so it's charging up now. The vehicle has a relatively new battery, so that should not be the problem. So we're going to try to figure out what's drawing power on it, making it drain down and deplete itself. There's some kind of critter living in the vehicle. He called it a ground squirrel. It was dropping crumbs and nuts down there when we first opened up the hood. We jumped it, got it started. So we're looking for what's causing this thing to drain the battery. The vehicle got up to temp pretty quick. It's up to 175, which means the thermostat's probably very good. Yes, the vehicle does have a check engine light. Scan the code. The only code in the system is the P0115, which is the coolant temp sensor. So I'm going to check the connector, see if that matters, and then go from there. Just poking around, I got the coolant temp sensor error code off, unplugged the connector, plugged it back in, and the fan stopped. And while poking around, I looked down here, and guess what I found? The clip to that transmission hose sitting down there. How it got over here, I have no idea. The odometer's not working, so there's no idea how many miles on the car. And they have a voltmeter plugged into the cigarette lighter, so they've been monitoring the voltage consumption there. The temp is up to 198, which is fine. I don't know if it'll cycle. We'll see if it gets hot enough for it to cycle. But all in all, the car is purring like a kitten so far, just sitting here idle. And hopefully it'll charge this battery up enough we can start checking for electric draw. So the first thing I'm going to do is set my phone in the glove compartment, close the door, and see if the light still stays on in here. You see the light there. Sometimes that is the source of a electrical draw. So I'm going to cut off my light for my camera and set the camera in there and see if it records any light. Okay, here we go. You want to run it for 10 seconds in there. See if that light goes out. That's the camera just sitting in there. I'm going to count to 10 and then I'm going to press some pressure on the door and see if the light changes in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to press the door. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to let the door go and open it up. Let's see how the video looks. Well, it looked to me like this light was on, so I'm going to record a different angle from it this way, and I'm going to let the owner see that that light is staying on while the camera's on. Special clip just for that. Alright, so I'm going to set it in here, aimed at the light. I'm going to set it there, close the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to press it closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to let it go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's show this to the owner so he can see what's going on. So it appears that we've solved a lifelong mystery here with this light. He said this has been going on for years, this battery draining down after a few days, or probably 4 or 5 days. When you don't drive a car far, you don't give the battery time to charge, then you got a little draw like that little bright light, it wears on you. So I'm gonna close the hood, see if I could get this temperature to rise up to 216 and see if this fan will cycle the way it's supposed to. So let me close the hood. We're right about 215. It should be cutting on any second now, and we'll see if it cuts on and pulls that engine temp down and cut back off. I unplugged the temp sensor, moved the wire around a little bit, tried to make sure it had a good connection. The check engine light has stayed off, which is good. So we'll see if this temp goes up and the fan cuts on here like it's supposed to. Come on, 1 more degree. There it is. And the fan did cut on, so we'll see if it cuts back off at 206. So you have some patience here. It's rolling down. Man, it cut off right on time, so it should be good to go. I'll let it cycle 1 more time and probably call this a day on this 850. It was pretty easy, and I'll show them a couple things that need to be done to it. It's got a couple Yokohama tires. A couple of them are done. Maybe running them underinflated a little. They've balled on the outer edges. Okay, I turned the fan on. I'm getting dirt out of the vents. That's probably because Critter's been dropping dirt and dust down through those vents. At any rate, it also failed the glove test, and as you can see, there's oil puddle up there, and somebody's got some strange spark plug wires here stretched across the motor that look like you're actually pulling out of the spark plug well. So surprised they're not having misfires because of this, but at any rate, it is what it is. He needs to get some good spark plug wires on this car and get the PCV chains, and I'm getting ready to pull a thing here to look down in this cabin air filter area. Okay, it has no cabin air filter, which I suspected, and I found a dash mount screw under there, and when I looked way up there, I could see the dash mount was missing from up there. So somebody's had this dash out at one time. Yikes, this may be the timing belt last change in 2000. That's a lot of miles in just 4 years. But let me see what the cluster's reading. Look like the cluster might have stopped at 199 if it is indeed stopped. But usually when the odometer is zeroed out, the cluster has stopped. And I understand that engine has been replaced in this vehicle once. Okay, I've been having radio reception problems, so I decided to swap radios with one I got from the salvage yard, and somebody left me a nice little present. They had the radio locked up before they junked the car, so now I have to leave my car on for 2 hours to get the radio to unlock. So that's it for today. We're going to hang out with these wonderful people that invited us to their home, have dinner, and then go stay the night before we blast off tomorrow, heading back to New Jersey, New York area. The radio unlocked fine, but there were no lights in this quadrant, in the display, or on these numbers down here. So I'm going to go ahead, open it up, and change some light bulbs. That's all we have for today. Tomorrow, first thing, I'm going to be headed to Connecticut and into New York to help a guy there. So I'll be around the Connecticut, New York, New Jersey area for the next couple of days.